Good morning, everybody. How you doing? So, it's Sunday morning, and it's really nice. I mean, the weather is so good. I mean, it's nice out here. But I wanted to give everybody a quick little update. There's nothing super exciting happening. I went to electrolysis yesterday. There's something weird about electrolysis. It hurts, kind of, in an odd, almost pleasant way. If you think about it, I've been doing this now well over a year of electrolysis, probably close to 2 years now. And I've been with the same electrologist for about a year. And I adore her. She's awesome. And I've gotten to go back to electrolysis after my last FFS surgery. And I just love spending time on the table with someone who is sharing an experience with me. I mean, I forgot how much I like that. And then somewhere during the whole thing, I realized as she got into an area up here, and it was hurting and it was painful. And my brain, and I kid you not, my brain says, "Oh, that's good. What's wrong with me?" I don't know. It happened more than once too. And I was like, and I asked her, I said, "Why am I thinking that?" She says, "Well, you're being flooded with endorphins, because your body's trying to manage the pain and stuff. And, you're on the table. You're forced to relax. You're forced into a Zen state. You have to. So there's a lot of positive things to this experience. And the reminder is the pain." And so you said, cumulatively to the experience, "Oh, yeah, that's good." I'm a nut. Anyway, I wanted to share that because it was like an odd thing for me to think, and I was having trouble reconciling with feeling like I liked pain a little. I'm like, that's not me. That's not normal. What is that all about? So I don't know what that means. Anyhow, October. I love October. It's beautiful out here. The sun is hot, but the weather's a little chilly, and it just feels good to me. And there's this creek that runs alongside, and there's nothing in it right now, but soon there will be. And that's the creek that floods. It flooded out the culvert once, and I couldn't get across. I had to stay in a hotel last year in November sometime, and I don't know if that'll happen this year or not. It's kind of dry, so I do have an all-wheel drive vehicle at my access again in preparation, so I'm hoping we don't have those kind of troubles because it sucks when it happens and I don't like it. It annoys me. Anyway, I want to remind all of you to subscribe and click the bell for alerts as things come up. So I'm going to tell you something towards the end of this video about the update for my next surgery. So make sure you watch a little further as I won't take that much longer. So electrolysis is really one of the things you could start with, and I wanted to discuss this with you. Everybody seems to be asking me lately, "Jackie, I want to start. I don't know what to do. Should I tell my spouse?" You kind of have to. I guess you don't have to, you should. I can only tell you from experience, I didn't tell my spouse, and it didn't go well, ultimately. That's my fault. So that's on me. But if you want some advice, telling your spouse is probably very important if you're wanting to start and you don't want to do it behind their back. So that's one thing. And people say, "Well, I want to start on hormones." Well, actually, that may not be the best decision right off the bat. I have told you many times, start with a therapist. Find a therapist in your area. Go on transgenderpulse.com, go to their resource page, find the search for a therapist in your location, and start there. That's what that is all about. My first therapist who I found on that resource page was fantastic and the true start of my transition. So that's what I recommend first. Anything you want to do, well, you could start with electrolysis. I mean, what's the biggest problem? You end up not being able to grow a mustache? Well, that only happens after you've been doing it for a year. So I don't think you have a lot to worry about. If you want to start something, start with electrolysis. It is the bane of the trans girl's existence. Trust me when I tell you, you were not prepared for the idea that it's going to take 2 to 3 years. It is what it is. You'll deal with it and you'll get through it, just like the rest of us do. So that's a great place to start. Now, there are several types of electrolysis. There's thermolysis. Do not do thermolysis on your face. It is heat only. Thermolysis is the tiny antenna that pops and heats with RF energy, the follicle, and then they pull it out. Well, they don't know if they've killed it or not. So it's probably going to come back several times. And the heat kills collagen in your face. And you don't want to strip the collagen from your face. At least not at my age, I don't want to strip collagen from my face. So avoid thermolysis at all costs. Fine on your arms, if you want to do your arms, your legs, whatever. If you've got a good operator that won't burn you, great. But I just would avoid it. Then there's blend, which is a combination of galvanic and thermolysis. Galvanic, they put a tiny wire probe about the size of the smallest electric guitar string you could find into the pore at the base of the follicle, add a little bit of current, which is uncomfortable. If you ever stuck a 9-volt on your tongue, it's like that, but in a pore. And then it creates lye. The salt and the moisture in the pore itself actually convert everything in there to lye. It starts melting everything, and after 10 to 15 seconds, it's capable of just sliding the hair out with the follicle on it. It looks like a great big white baseball bat. It's really, really satisfying to see when they come out. And if they did it right, it's dead. It's never coming back. It's never, ever coming back. Now, there are other hairs in dormancy. There are other hairs that will grow, and you got to keep going after them, but they will get smaller. And if they didn't kill it the first time, they heavily weakened it. So the next few hits, they're going to kill that thing pretty quickly. Now, it does have a reputation of being slower. It's not slower. Or I should say, galvanic has a reputation of being slower. So the third type is galvanic. That's what I do. Now, it's actually hard to find an operator that does straight galvanic. It, in my estimation, is the best way to go. And like I said, it goes in the pore. Now, blend, and I'll back up, I'm sorry. Blend has the probe plus RF energy. So they start a little bit of the lye, then they use the RF energy to create heat, which speeds the chemical reaction, so they can get it out of there in 5-6 seconds. Again, it's not as effective, I don't believe, unless you have a fantastic operator who's amazing, and they're rare. I have a rare one. She does galvanic only, which is, 100-year-old process, way over 100 years old. And it works, it is reliable, you know what to expect, it's uncomfortable, but it is the best. It adds no heat, it has no possibility of stripping collagen from you, very little opportunity to do any damage to you unless they're like plugging you into the wall, which they don't. It's a tiny amount of current, just a little itty bitty bit of current. So I would say if you're going to go for this, go hunt down someone who does straight galvanic electrolysis. Not blend, not thermolysis. No RF energy whatsoever in that probe. You probably will struggle doing that. If you really want to know who I go to, ask me in the comments. I will reply to you. She does fly-ins. If you want to fly down and do a big long stretch, she can do that for you, but it has to be done by appointment. And I do believe she charges about $100 an hour. But you ask her, depending on your situation. She's a very nice person. She'll talk to you about it. So the galvanic process over the last year has been the most effective. Now, it has the reputation of being slower. It's not truly slower. It's slower to clear an area, but it's more effective in that those hairs typically are not coming back at all. So by the time you get to the 2-year mark, you probably have more sporadic growth with thermolysis or blend, where you really have had more effective hair kill with the galvanic, assuming you have a good operator. And I have a fantastic one, probably one of the best in the entire Western Hemisphere. She knows what she's doing. So I trust her, and I have to say the results, they speak for themselves. I can't deny that this girl knows what she's doing. Now, I did go to a blend operator before that, and I know the difference between the two. So that's a great place to start. Just remember, that's the thing that I would say first, therapist. Second, electrolysis. Immediately. Do not hesitate. Start immediately. Don't even worry about hormones and stuff. That's not even important. Electrolysis is super important. So start with electrolysis. Trust Jackie when she says do that first. So if you have to do something and you want to be active and you want to be in the process, electrolysis, that's what I recommend. And don't cut your hair. Just let it grow. That's it for today. I hope you all had a really great Sunday. I'll upload this really soon. I'm going to my friend's house and she has the speediest internet. So it'll be really easy to do. Take care of yourself. Remember, transgenderpulse.com has fantastic people on it. And that if you want to look up that therapist in your location, they have that on the resource page. And if you need real help, serious help, they have on their resource pages suicide prevention hotlines. And remember, there is no harm in using a resource, even if you're having a stray thought. Just do it. It's for you. That's why they're there. Please let their phone ring and talk to them if you even think possibly you might need that. Take care of yourself. Know that I love all of you and I want the best for everyone. I really do care about what's going on. I read those comments. If you comment to me and ask me, Jackie, please respond, or response, I will respond. I listen to you. I read them all. I want to know what's going on, Tell me how you're doing. I really do care. It's really why I do this. I want you to know you're not alone. You're not even a little alone. We're all here, and we're all doing our best, and we will all get through it, and so will you. Take care of yourself. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. I'll see you later. Oh my gosh, I straight up forgot about the update. I'm so sorry. So that update is that the vocal surgery that I'm having is at the very first week of November. It'll be 4 days into November, and then it'll be really interesting silence for me for 15 solid days of, oh my gosh, Jackie can't talk, which is going to be hard for me. But Dad and I are preparing videos where he's going to narrate and do some ad-libbing as far as translating what Jackie says to you. I wonder what I'm going to say. So anyway, don't forget, thumbs up the video and I'll see you later. Bye again for the second time.